do you think here? Is this a false bottom or the real thing?
Good afternoon, Charlie. Yes, thank you for having me. I actually think we've put in the bottom, Tyler. If all indications are the news with the coronavirus continues to show that the worst case scenarios are maybe no longer on the table. I think we spent much of March hearing about how we missed the opportunity to prevent the crisis. However, I think we're starting to hear now news that we are on the other end of the spectrum, looking better to avoid the worst case scenarios as we see Italy and some other countries improving, and our own growth curve starting to come in line with what they did when they went through a similar period. So I'm getting optimistic that, when we hit that 35% or so sell-off, that was the bottom. Now, it doesn't mean we can't retrace a little of that as the news ebbs and flows. I don't think every day we're going to hear good news for sure, and you can't underestimate the human tragedy and then the way that plays on people's psyches. But I think in the long term, not even the long term, maybe even by the end of this year, we're going to look back at this as a larger human tragedy, quite frankly, than the long-term financial damage that it may have inflicted on our economy. I think that'll be a little bit more short-term in nature.
I'm sure we're going to see a lot of very painful images over the next few weeks, and among them will be people frustrated at their inability to get unemployment checks or waiting on telephone lines for hours and hours and hours to get through to their states, which would suggest to me that maybe the consumer economy comes back a little more slowly than other parts of the economy. What are the sectors you like most right now?
Well, within the sectors, I think the banks have been really beaten up, and I think part of it is just there's so much in the crosshairs of trying to get this stimulus money out. Then the net interest margin. So I think they've been, unfairly probably beaten up a little too much. I think there's some value in the banks for sure. Consumer discretionary certainly comes to mind too. There's some names there. I'm not talking about the ones that may not survive, but there's some names there that got thrown out with the baby with the bathwater, if you will.